Hey there, wanted to make just a quick video tonight to address a subject that I have found challenging and have done some research on and came to a pretty interesting conclusion, and that would be travel credit cards. As some of you who follow me may know, I travel quite a bit for a living across the country, sometimes across the world, and I do so on a variety of modes of transportation. And I stay in a pretty cross section of hotels and lodging as well. So I really wanted to maximize my value of traveling with finding the best travel credit card, to earn some points on, to maybe get some discounts on over time, and just to kind of increase some of the practical potential of getting some rewards at the end of the year. After quite a bit of searching, I went through a few potential cards. I looked at the Chase Sapphire Preferred. I looked at the Capital One Venture card. Both of these are kind of mid-range travel cards. I looked also at the American Express Green card, again a mid-range travel card. I stuck with the mid-range because really the bottom level ones didn't have many benefits, didn't have very good multipliers or rewards to be earned, and the top tier ones, which would be something like the Platinum American Express, the Chase Sapphire Reserve, or perhaps the new Capital One Venture X, the hefty annual fees and the perks that came along with those cards really didn't quite apply to me, being kind of the average mid-tier traveler. I mean, I'm not flying to Tokyo all the time or having enough time to be in these airports in the lounges very often and such. So I needed just kind of a good all-purpose general travel card. And so, as I said, the three that I narrowed it down to would be the Chase Sapphire Preferred, the American Express Green, and the Capital One Venture. And just to kind of cut to the end here, the results was, the American Express Green. And that's what really stood out to me after looking at the others. And why, I'll tell you, is with the other travel credit cards, they really have high multipliers on points only if you book through their proprietary travel portals. So, and then if you're not booking through those portals, like for, Capital One has their own portal, and then so it's Chase has their own portal. In fact, American Express has their own portal too that they have, but it's not required with the American Express Green Card where it is with the other two cards I mentioned. So with the Green Card, you get a really high, three times consistent reward multiplier on everything travel related, and that's something that just is unparalleled value. It doesn't matter where you book your airline ticket, what airline you're on. It doesn't matter what hotel you're staying in and what methodology you use to book it. Whether you book it on, a discount site like Priceline or Expedia or Orbitz, whether you book directly through a hotel, you're still getting those high multipliers of three times points with the Amex Green Card, and that's pretty unique. The same thing goes for the broad spectrum of travel categories that they would include. You can book through any airline. You can use the get the multipliers on trains, on buses, on tolls, on rideshare, even airport parking in some cases. You name it. I mean, the broad selection and range of multipliers that you get that consistent three times rewards is unparalleled on any other credit card other than the American Express Green. And that's something I just don't think most people really look into and realize. I mean, it is really unique. If I go to the airport, say in an Uber, and then I get on a flight, and then get on a train from the airport into the city, and then I stay at a hotel, all of those things booked any way that I choose to book them would all earn the three times multipliers. Um, and the dining categories are equally broad in their multiplier range. I mean, with some of these other cards, I mean, dining is maybe limited to certain categories of restaurants, where with the American Express Green, you could go to a Denny's, you could go to a hamburger place, you name it. You go to a high-end restaurant as well, and you always get the three times multipliers. It's really pretty neat. So digging into the specifics of where you get the better range and multipliers of points really is what sets that card apart. And so why I chose the Amex Green. It does have a little bit of a higher annual fee at 150, where the Capital One Venture and I believe the Chase Sapphire Preferred have a $95 fee. But with the Amex Green, you get a couple of unique credits that really kind of offset that. There's a $100 clear credit, which is that speedy private service that gets you up to the front of the line in the airport. I wouldn't say it's a competitor to TSA PreCheck, but it's an alternative to TSA PreCheck. I really like it. Their annual membership it ranges in price. I mean, it's around $179, but with the caveat, I mean, if you're a member of like Delta Sky Miles, United Mileage Plus, and I think one other airline, you can get a substantial discount off of the 179 price that if combined with the American Express Green Card $100 clear credit will make your effective price really low. Like as a Delta Sky Miles member, combined my clear credit, and I'm paying, I think, an effective cost of $19 a year to have a clear membership. So that's definitely a benefit that I use and I appreciate with the American Express Green. Their other credit that they're offering is a Lounge Buddy credit. It's $100 as well. And again, for me, I don't usually have time to go to an airport lounge to where I would need a membership for full service access. Most of the time I'm in an airport, I'm running to the gate. I have just a few minutes here or there before boarding, and I don't really have time to access the lounge. But occasionally plans will change, a flight will get canceled or delayed, and I would want access to a lounge, and that's where that $100 credit with Lounge Buddy that you get through the Amex Green Card would come into play. I mean, you can get on their app, you can search, through a multitude of lounges, and they kind of range in price from like $29 way up to about $50 or so per visit. So with that $100 credit, you're probably getting between 2 to 3 visits a year, and that's for me just about what I would probably need under most cases. I'm not spending a lot of time in airports where I would need lounge access, but there's, the occasional time I would want to. So again, I appreciate that $100 credit also for those occasional times. So I think just in conclusion, and looking at the travel cards out there that are currently available, the American Express Green Card, the OG American Express, the original one that's been around for decades, is really the best way to go. I think if you look at the whole package, it was revamped in 2019, so these credits and these features are fairly new. And there's some other benefits as well. I won't go into every detailed benefit. You can search that out if you look at their website. But there's some travel protection, some lost luggage protection, some trip delay insurance, some car rental coverage. It's also part of the comprehensive benefit package of the American Express Green Card. So just overall, I think it's really it's underrated, it's overlooked, and it just offers just so much benefit. So that's definitely something I would recommend anyone who traveled kind of on a broad range of the visits or trips or types of travel to really take a look at. I think you'd be surprised that just how much you can earn. Again, your trip to the airport, your flight, your hotels, your food, everything in a given business trip could be all at that three-time multiplier, and that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. So I'm gonna kind of end this video at that. As far as the welcome bonuses, those really change from time to time. When I signed up for the card about a month or so ago, there was a 50,000 point bonus. What I'm seeing right now is closer to a 40,000 point welcome bonus, but I think if you search it out, you may find that 50,000 bonus, which is pretty cool. That's those points are pretty valuable at the end of the year. There's some good transfer partners and some good redemption categories. So, that welcome bonus too is a great way to get started with that. So, if you think, if you agree or disagree or have some comments or you think there's a better travel credit card, I'd love to hear that. If you found this content interesting, you certainly would encourage you to subscribe, or have any suggestions or for other topics you'd like me to cover. Someone who just travels a bunch, I'd certainly be open to hearing that as well. So hopefully you found this of some interest, and I wish everybody well.